again. We're gonna be playing Tsukihime again today. So, yeah. Here we go. Okay. My day settles back into... Sorry, let me just move some stuff. My day settles back into a familiar routine. Fourth period, Modern Society. You're taking a class called Modern Society in high school? That's interesting. The teacher on the podium reads aloud from a rather bland, uninspired text. I'm lucky enough to even sit by the window, so as I calmly listen to the lecture, I take a good hard look at my own face reflected in the glass. What happened last time? Is it V? Oh, I don't think it lets me see what happened last time. Never mind. Yeah, it does not. That's okay. I can't concentrate at all. Not because the lesson's boring, because I'm still struggling to get grips with the situation I'm in. I mean, I know last time we're like looking for the real vampire who's killing everyone now. And we like learned a little bit more about our eyes. Once again, we were insensitive to Arkwood, so she was insensitive back, as one does. The conflagration. What does that even mean? Like, what does that even mean? In front of the train station that claimed all those lives. Huh? Something happened at a train station? The invasion of the city by a vampire. With those events in mind, as I sit here paying half an ear to the lecture, I turn my thoughts on myself. Why am I a pussy? Needless to say, I've been acting strange. Well, you started out this visual novel by killing someone, so little strange, I'd say, yeah. Anyone else in my position would surely have barricaded themselves in their home, or fled somewhere far away by now. Excuse me. And yet here I am, going about my day as usual. It's as though I'm trying to prove to myself that vampires are no vampires. These events are merely abnormalities, and hardly worth abandoning my daily routine over. That's called coping. You are using a coping mechanism, Shiki. Though, if I'm being honest, it could just be down to the fact that as a student, I simply can't permit myself to skip school. Pushes up glasses. Well, sir, I would never skip school. I'm a student. Oh, okay. Was not expecting that. This dude knows what's going on. He knows way more than we do. I recall the conversation I had with Goto back at the mansion. Or to put it in his words, studying is an investment in the future. It would be monumentally short-sighted to sacrifice the compound interest of tomorrow in exchange for a paltry sum of safety today. Why are you, like, being so deep about skipping school? Arkwood, surely you meant Akiha, your beloved? Hi, Melly. Well, to be fair, I like all the women in this. So they're all like my beloved at this point. So you would not be wrong. Besides, it's the Tono family money that keeps me fed and watered. Watered? What are you, a plant? Watered? I'm sorry, I've never heard someone say that about themselves. Yeah, my mom keeps me watered every night. What? That's plant talk. If I'm going to be living under their roof, then I should be sure to perform at least at the bare minimum that's required of me as a student. Not out of obligation, but as a matter of honor. I wonder if such an attitude makes me servile. I don't know. Or stubborn. You're definitely stubborn. It's also possible I'm simply thick-headed. That is also true. Sensei once told me to become the person that you think is right. If I'm to continue to live by these words, then I must be sure to treasure each and every ordinary day that passes. I'm gonna live my life to the fullest! Yeah! I squint at the sunlight streaming through the window. Oh my god, sun! Only 20 more minutes until the end of 4th period. I wonder if something's gonna happen. Classes let out after 5th period today. I think about how as soon as school ends and night falls, I'll once again be out roaming the city side by side with Arcwood. The face reflected in the glass breaks into a smile, as though looking forward to something. Yeah, you got a crush on her, dummy. I straighten my expression. I can't smile because of a girl. That's gay. It's not like I enjoy prowling around the city with her all night. So what the hell am I smiling about? He's sundaring himself. Oh my god, she's so cute. I love you. I knew I was having a hard time concentrating on the lesson, but I didn't think I was this far gone. I must be pretty out of it if I'm starting to hallucinate visions of her elegantly swanning across the school grounds. No, that means you're not hallucinating, and she is at school. Wait, that's no hallucination. Would have never saw that coming. Being careful not to disrupt the class, or rather, being careful not to let any of the other students notice what's going on. I can't speak. What's going on? I edge a little closer to the window. Please tell me that there's just something wrong with my eyes. Aw, she's so cute. Yeah, that's an illusion. Much as I'd love to pretend she's some figment of my imagination, the woman in the courtyard is anything but. Does that vampire have nothing but cotton between her ears? What should I do? What's she gonna do? If I leave her to her own devices, who knows what horrors will befall my peaceful student life? No, calm down. Everything's okay. We don't have a problem just yet. The other students haven't noticed her, and I don't hear any commotion from the neighboring classes. Fortunately, she seems to be situated such that she's only visible from this classroom at the moment. That's very convenient. I swear to God, this woman is a veritable walking disaster. Veritable? Oh, veritable. I said vertible. My bad. Veritable. Like, what word am I thinking of? Verify. Heredity? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. At my wit's end, I curse her from the bottom of my heart. You're such a pussy. However, doing that doesn't solve anything. There's 20 minutes left until lunch. If I leave that airhead vampire alone, there's no telling what kind of mess she'll create. Do my utmost to intercept her. Well, I don't want to ignore her. I don't want to do any of these. I just want to let her chill. Like, she's probably not doing anything wrong. She probably found out there's a vampire in this school or something. Man, why do I gotta pick? I don't want to pick. Focus on the lesson. That's not gonna do me any good. Do my best to ignore her. That seems mean. But I don't want to intercept her. I don't know. Well, we bump into her if we do this, so that's my decision. They say a soldier values swiftness. One sec. Okay. The seeds of disaster are something that should be plucked before they have a chance to take root. Pluck a seed. Is that the right term? You pluck a seed? I was thinking of feathers. I'd better lure that lady in white away from the school before she has a chance to cause any mischief. Why did my game just... Okay, whatever.
Sensei, 気持ち貧血なので保健室に行ってきます。
Okay, bye. Even as I raise my hand to be excused, I've already left my seat and started making a beeline to the hallway. have any time to wait for permission. Taking advantage of the brief window where everyone is too startled to react, I hastily make my escape from the classroom. Huh. Own the teacher.
あ、来た来た。そんな全力で走ってくるなんて仕切ったら元気なんだ。
She's so cute. My mouth hangs wide open. The target I came to intercept strolled clear across the campus and has made it all the way to the inner courtyard. Thank goodness. The fact that there aren't any classrooms facing the courtyard is honestly a godsend.
でも学校って狭くてシンプルなんだね。外から見た感じ、もっと硬くて頑丈でアリ塚みたいにバーッと広がってると思ったのにな。これじゃ普通の建物だよね。うん、子犬っぽい感じで私は好きだけど。
お前、ちょっと来い。
Naturally, I have no time for leisurely greetings. Without stopping to explain myself, I grab her by the hand and start running. OMG, we're holding hands, guys. Take us around the back of the gym, which is generally deserted. This hour, having her exit through the main gate would draw too much attention. The best move here is to ask her to leave at the back.
ちょっと、こんなところに連れ込んでどういうつもり？ここ、全然面白くない。
She seems a little peeved, but it's not like the school buildings are particularly interesting to begin with.
どういうつもりか。そりゃこっちのセリフだ。
Holding hands in this Christian stream. Hi, Ivan. I know, right? Sinners.
お前歩く爆弾かなんかなのか。
Why is Shiki like so stupid? Like, why do you just assume she's here to fuck with you? Why don't you think she has some kind of other motive? Like, it's not that he's unintelligent, it's just that he doesn't think. Which is why I think he's stupid. Because he doesn't think about different possibilities. He just gets mad all the time. He's like, what are you doing? You're so crazy, Arcuit. And it's like, bitch, oh my god. Like, let her live.
歩く爆弾って私が？
Ooh, new sprite.
そうだよ。それでも控えめな描写だよ。
So mean.
なんだって昼間から歩き回って、かつ俺の学校にやってきてるんだ。お前、昼間は弱くなるんだろう。傷だって治ってないよな。
I guess at least
なら、夜までおとなしく休んでいるのが吸血鬼ってやつじゃないのか。
それは
Oh, that's such a cute sprite. How do I? So cute. Look at it with the ears. Ah!
四季が手伝ってくれるんだし、昼間のうちに手がかりを見つけておこうかなって。昨日みたいに四季に無駄なことはさせられ。
それこそ余分な気遣いだっての。協力すると言った以上、どんな作業だって一緒にやるんだから、夜まで待っててくれよ。俺を心配させて
ごめんなさい。
いや、分かってくれればいいって悪くエド。
だから心配させてごめんなさい。
Feel my heart pounding much harder than is normal. I didn't expect her to just apologize outright like that. Honestly, it kind of took the wind out of my sails. I mean, what am I even supposed to say when she makes that face at me?
でも四季も悪いんだよ。下からずっと見てたのに私に気がついてくれないんだもの。どこから中に入っていいのかわからないし、いっそのこと四季のいるとこまで駆け上がるところだったんだから。
Well, I guess it's a good thing we confronted her.
いや、
Because she
待
would
て
have been sad if we ignored
駆
her.
け上がるって3階の俺の教室まで。
ええ、デコボコもあって足場には困りそうにないし、飛びやすいでしょ、あそこ。
Take back what I said. She's as bird-brained as ever.
助かった。そんなことされてたら授業どころの話じゃなかった。
Let out a sigh of relief. I doubt there were many students who noticed her wandering around the campus earlier.
とにかく反省したんならいい。それでうちの学校に何の用なんだよ。 手がかりを探しているとか言ってたけど。
何ってただの調査よ。ローラー作業ってやつ？死者の気配がないんだもの。足で手がかりを見つけないとね。
それはご苦労様。今が夜だったらなお言うことないけどな。
次からは気をつけるわ。それでこの辺りを歩いているうちに四季の匂いがして、そういえばここって四季の通っている学校なんだって気がついたらつい。
校庭に入ってきたと。猫かと思ったけど犬かお前は。
失礼ね。ちゃんと確証があったからやってきたのよ。他の場所に比べてここは死者の気配がないんだもの。どんなものか実際に見ておかないとまずいでしょ。
いやまずくないだろう。死者の気配がないんなら関係ないってことなんだから。
You're so stupid, Shiki. You're so dumb. Like, you're so dumb. If the whole city has traces of something and one part doesn't, there's something about that part going on. Like, obviously. I mean, it's probably our teacher who, like, is obsessed with us being a vampire and has been killing the dead that show up here. I don't know, something like that. But, like,
実際学校で
brother.
は事件も事故も起きないし、夜になると誰もいなくなる。死者が人間を襲うとしたら学校じゃなく街に出るだろう。
まあそういえばそうだけど。
I'm with you.
ここに異常なんかないよ。吸血鬼の気配はわからないけど、俺だって死を見る目を持ってるんだ。死者が歩いてればメガネをつけていても異常だって気がつくし。
Doubt.
分かったわ。四季がそう言うんならここに異常はないかもしれない。
I would not do that. I would not do that. I would not do that.
ないかもしれないじゃなくて。
No! You're so dumb! You're just putting up all the flags of foreshadowing. Like, you're just making it worse. And I can't control it. I can't do anything! The look on her face makes it clear she's still not convinced. Well, she shouldn't be. You're bullshit. You are a bullshit, Shiki.
やば、昼休みになっちゃったか。
Eat lunch with her. While the back of the gym isn't a popular spot, there will still be one or two students passing by.
とにかくこれ以上ここにいられると騒ぎになる。ちゃんと約束は守るから、お前は早く帰って体を休めておくこと。今日の夜にも敵とやらに出会うかもしれないんだから。
ふーん。なんだか私を追い出したいみたいな口ぶりね、四季。そんなにここにいられると迷惑？
迷惑じゃないけど、いろいろ頭が痛いんだよ。気に入ったならまた都合のいい時に案内してやるから、今は早く外に出て。
Give her a nudge on the back, shooing her away. Oh yeah, I feel like that too. Look at her! Ah! Not saying a word, but with a look in her eyes that speaks volumes, she takes her leave. Poor thing. With the tension broken, I can finally breathe easy again. You're so— I hate you, Shiki. I hate you. Now that it's lunchtime, I'd better grab myself some nourishment and prep for the rest of the afternoon, huh? Could swear I just heard a faint noise coming from the shadows at the far side of the bike parking. Acting as I'm simply taking a casual stroll, I sidle over to the area that had been hidden from view by the bikes. Sure enough, there's nobody looking around by a dead end. It must have been a stray cat or something. Oh, great. Oh, great. That's a great sign, Shiki. Something you can't see, but you can feel the presence of, that's a great sign. I finished my lunch and returned to the class where I find Adikiko. There's no sign of him all morning, so it looks like he came to school. Sorry, simply to eat lunch.
Oh, Tano, hayotsu!
This guy really does only turn up when it suits him. Unbelievable. If word of Arkwood had spread through the school, it would have definitely driven a wedge between us. I'm so glad she decided to go home without making a fuss. You're so mean. Well, that means she didn't. I mean, look, Chances are that was Arkwood hiding, but like, what if it's not?
なんすかそのサメ、かわいそうだけどサイン券抜かれたら1枚10円で売られる CD なんだな。みたいな目で人を見るのやめてくれない？
そうか、悪かった。ちょっと一悶着あって疲れててさ、つい本音を隠しきれなかった。
マジっすか？でも隠すべきは今の発言の方ですよ。
Arihiko keeps on grumbling. Arihiko, you need better friends than Shiki, cause Shiki's just an asshole. Like, point blank, he's just an asshole. But he doesn't return to his seat. Instead, he's restlessly eyeing up the exit at the back of the class. Looks like he's seriously planning on ducking out again now that he's had his lunch.
じゃあ今日も一日ご苦労さん。俺はネット越しにたくさんの仲間とちょっと世界を救ってくるわ。
He cheerfully goes to leave the class, addressing his retreating figure.
なあ、北口駅前が物騒だって前に言ってたけど、それ以外にヤバめなところって言えばどこだ？
I lob him a vague question.
なんだい突然に。北口デパート並みにヤバめなスポットなんてそうそうねえぞ。強いて言うならあれか？串塚の廃病院じゃねえか？2年前までヤンキーどもの集会場になってたものの、今じゃ誰も寄りつかなくなったっていう。
串塚って2駅隣のか。でも廃墟が物騒なのは当然というか、普通誰も寄りつかないだろう。
いやだからさ、誰もいなくなったんだよ。ある日を境にぱったりと。そのヤンキーどもの姿がな。30人近い行方不明者ってことで、今こっちは階段レベルの話で、北口みたいな暴力沙汰じゃねえけどな。今じゃ不老者も住み着かない行政の不良債権みたいな場所だよ。
Damn. A testament to failed government investment. Woof. You're spitting, Arihiko. The homeroom meeting to decide on what the class would present for the upcoming school festival next month was unexpectedly contentious. Contentious? Whoops. Wow, I fucked that up so hard. How did I get well, I guess I just am missing a CI instead of a T. Contentious. Various opinions were thrown around, but the opposing views of the boys and girls proved irreconcilable. Poof. Jesus. And the decision was postponed until next week. You know, I think I'm decent at reading, considering I play a lot of visual novels, but like, I'm not good at saying words. I'm not good at big words. Big words scare me. After school club activities have been prohibited, the students all hurriedly make their way home.
さて。
Except me. There's no point in aimlessly wasting time in the class. Now that school's over, Ooh. I don't know. I think it's stupid to check out the hospital alone. Although I do think it, like, cause okay, so the abandoned hospital is either where the vampire's hiding or it's a red herring. Granted, whatever the option is, I don't think we should go there alone. And on top of that, we promised Arkwood what we would do tonight. So I feel like we should not betray that. Curious about Arihiko's story, but in the end it's just an abandoned building that's a whole 2 stations away. Probably has nothing to do with the vampire that's lurking in Soya. It's not like I have the stamina to go there anyway. I'll just return to the mansion and prepare for the night ahead. We're not going to tell Arkwood about that? Okay. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to click it just to see what happens. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. I don't know. Should I do that? I return to the mansion. Sun hasn't set yet, and there's still time until Akiha returns.
アキハ、今朝から怒ったままだろうな。
What happened this morning? I don't even remember. It's a given she'd be upset about my conduct. Is that when Arkwood was here? I don't remember. I haven't really been acting respectfully the whole time I've been back at the mansion. I like to think I could resolve everything by just explaining the situation to her, but there's no way she'd believe me if I start going on about vampires. For now, I'll just have to grit my teeth and play the part of oh, for God's sake. Reprobate older brother. Reprobate? I don't know what that word is.
お帰りなさいませ、四季様。
ただいま
Hi,
翡
his
翠。
sweet.
わざわざ出迎えてくれてありがとう。
はい。今夜は特別遅くなるとのことですので。
I see. Soka. That's a shame. I was hoping to at least have a chance to chat idly with her. I guess I'll just go back to my room and rest for a bit.
四季様。
何翡翠。
What is it, my darling? After quickly glancing down around the lobby, she calls out to me again.
つかぬことをお伺いしますが、四季様は今夜もお出かけになるのでしょうか。
She gazes straight at me. She's clearly aware that I'm planning on sneaking out of the mansion, but I don't think I have any cause for concern there. I mean, she's already noticed I'm not in my room every night. It's natural for her to assume I'd be heading out tonight as well. What does worry me is why she asked that question. Even if she simply wants to know when I'll be back to fulfill her role as a maid, telling Hisui is basically the same thing as telling Akiha. This isn't a question I should treat lightly. Well, I'm not about to lie to her, so... I'm gonna tell you the truth. Tell her the truth. Sui and Kohaku-san are in charge of managing the mansion. No way I'd be able to slip a lie past them, no matter how well crafted. Given that, I should at least be upfront about the fact that I'll be away from home tonight.
ああ、実はこれから何日か。でも誓って悪い遊びをしているわけじゃない。秋葉には嫌われる一方だろうけど、途中でやめることはできないんだ。
That's right. It's a mysterious vampire on the loose, claiming the lives of who knows how many victims. The only one that could stop them is Arkwood. It's a human being who lives in the city. I cannot look away and pretend that everything's okay.
翡翠にも迷惑をかけるけど、しばらくは見過ごしてくれると助かる。0時になったら帰ってくるから。
私たちに理由は話せない。
そうだ。ごめんな翡翠。だらしないやつだと思って、今は何も聞かないでほしい。
いえ、四季様は私の主人です。主人をだらしない方と蔑む使用人はおりません。
She answers matter-of-factly, her expression blank. With that, the conversation ends. Bow my head to her and start to climb the lobby stairs.
お待ちください。
But then she calls out again. Her voice is more subdued than I'd ever heard it before.
その差し出がましいことなのですが。
She trails up, but then clutches her hands tightly and turns to stare right at me.
四季様さえよろしければ、夜に出かけることを秋葉様にお隠しすることができます。
それって口裏を合わせてくれるってこと？
はい。夕食後、秋葉様をお部屋からお出になることは稀です。就寝前の見回りは私と姉さんがしておりますから、その報告を怠ってしまえば、四季様のお部屋の様子は誰にもわからなくなります。
You're such a real one,
いや、
Hisui.
そりゃ助かる。助かるけど、いいのか？秋葉は2人の雇い主じゃないか。
私の主人は四季様だと申し上げたはずですが。
So I don't really know what to think of that myself. Back in the beginning, I was asking her to stop attaching Sama to my name, and now here I am feverishly thanking her. Hisui, in her own way, listened to my shoddy excuses, and then she said she would help me.
ありがとう翡翠。そうしてくれるととても助かる。
それでは今夜からはこちらのカードキーをご利用ください。明葉様の言いつけで屋敷の正門の暗証を変えたのです。こちらのカードキーでしたら深夜でも正門の鍵は外れます。
お、さすが明葉。
It was close. If I'd gone out without knowing, I might have had to spend a sleepless night loitering outside the front gate after I tried to return.
私からの提案は以上です。夜の外出をお止めはいたしませんが、どうか怪我のないようお気をつけて。
She makes one final bow and takes her leave.
やった。
I received a helping hand right when I least expected it. With this, I should be able to sneak out of the mansion without having to worry Akiha. Oh yeah! See, imagine what would have happened if we went to the abandoned hospital. Everything would have been fucked. We would have died. Akiha would have been mad at us. It's crazy. After eating dinner alone, I returned to my room. It's a little before 10 o'clock.
よし。行くか。
So someone played the trial version of the original Tsukihime, and the designs for the characters are interesting. Oh, really? I wonder what they look like. I tuck my knife away in my pocket and leave my room as quietly as I can. Tiptoe, tiptoe. Time to go see Arcuit. I have a feeling she's not going to show up. Must be due to the serial killings. I didn't run into anyone on my way here, and the park is similarly devoid of human presence. Oh, no, she's there. It's only the solitary silhouette of a woman in white. White woman spotted.
シキ
Oh, why are you mad at us? What'd we do? But for once I don't know what we did. But for whatever reason, she shouts at me as soon as she sees my face. Maybe because earlier?
なんだよ。
そうもう何時だと思ってるのよ。約束の時間を10分も過ぎちゃってるじゃない。
Over 10 minutes ago. Hi, Anya. How are you? 10 minutes. I mean, despite the fact I left the mansion before 10, I would have needed to sprint here to even have a chance of making it on time. Arcuit, meanwhile, seems like she must have arrived 10 on the dot. I think she was worried about us, and that's why she was acting like this. She thought
ああ、
something
悪かっ
happened
た
to
よ
us.。
こっちもなんとか10時に合わせたかったんだけど、こっそり出かけるのに思いのほか手間取ったんだ。お前が携帯を持ってたら。
I would have been able to get in touch with her to let her know, but the thought of texting back and forth with the vampire strikes me as completely insane.
いや、なんでもない。次からはちゃんと時間を厳守する。今回は多めに見てくれ。
もうこれから殺し合いに行くのに全然自覚がないみたいね、あなたは。
She's pretty angry. You can almost see the steam coming out of her ears. Is it possible she actually got here way earlier than we'd agreed to meet?
なあ、アルクエイド。何時からここで待ってたんだ？
私は起きてからすぐここに来たから、やってきたのは7時ぐらいかな。
7時って、じゃあ3時間以上も待ってたのか。
So what was she planning on doing after showing up 3 whole hours ahead of schedule?
うん、なんかおかしいみたい。
She muses out loud to herself. Seems I'm not the only one surprised by her actions.
まあ、遅れた俺も悪いけど、そっちにだって問題はあるぞ。約束の時間より前に来て、勝手に待たれても困る。
それとこれとは別問題でしょ。式が遅れたってことは変わらないんだから。
それはそうだけど、しかしなんだって3時間も待ってたんだ。間違えてきたにしろ、それだけあれば。
そんなの私にだってわからないわ。なんとなく楽しいし、このまま式を待っていてもいいかなって思ってたら、 いつの間にか10時になってただけなんだから。
楽しかったってなんで？
さあ、自分にだってわからないって言ったで。シキに殺されたせいかしらね。私、体のどこかが壊れて治ってないみたい。
Your
自
heart.
分でおかしいって思うんだけど、体のどこがどうしておかしいのか点でわからないんだもの。
I don't have any easy answer to a statement like that. I'm the bastard responsible for dismantling her body into 17 different pieces. If she tells me that something's not wrong with it as a result, what can I do but bow my head and apologize?
まあいいわ。時間もなくなっちゃったし、無駄話をしている暇なんてないものね。
ああ、そう言ってもらえると実に助かる。
でも次も遅れるようなことになったら、その時は直接家に迎えに行くわ。約束を守れないのはシキの方なんだから文句はないでしょ。
それはダメ。約束はちゃんと守る。守りますよ、そりゃ。けど不測の事態はいつでも起きるだろう。時間に遅れるなんてのはなんで、間違っても二度とうちには来ないように。ただでさえ秋葉に誤解されたままなんだ。これ以上引っかき回された。
ふん、秋葉ってシキに全然似てない妹さんのこと？
Interesting. Is she not really our sister? Oh god.
似てないは余計だけど。
そうなんだ。シキはそんなに妹さんが怖いの？
あのな、どこの世界に妹を怖がる。
His little sister is the sentence I can't quite bring myself to finish. Not like I'm particularly afraid of her, but I do find her a little difficult to deal with.
単に妹には余計な心配をさせたくないだけ。昔からあいつには迷惑をかけてきたから、できるだけこのまま何も知ら。
なるほど。あの妹さんには優しいのね。
基本的に俺は誰に。最近になって例外が一人できちまっただけで。
それって私のことだ。
わかんないやつだな。今のは褒めたんじゃなくて悪口ってやつな。
そうなの？でも私は式の例外ってことでしょ。私ね、そういうの嫌いじゃないんだ。
She keeps on smiling. There's a carefree smile like that of a child. Feels strangely flushed. Seems I'm running out of temperature. You're so stupid. I think if I stare at her any longer, it might draw out something sinister in me. So I pointedly avert my gaze.
本題に入ろう、アルクエイド。昨日と同じように吸血鬼探しをするんだろう。
と、そうだったわね。今夜はメガネは外さなくていいから、私の後についてきて。
We strolled through the city's evening glow. Harkwood said she had a specific destination in mind, but hasn't let me in on the details. As a result, it feels more to me as if the two of us are simply taking a stroll together through the city streets. Period.
今夜はピンポイントで見てもらうわ。まずは騒がしい方ね。
So saying, she turns us in the direction of the downtown area by the station. The city doesn't sleep, even though it's now past 10 o'clock. An array of various lights and sounds all line up to create an exhibit of civilization. It's a city where fashions change every few months. And through it strides the vampire in white, her figure unchanged through the centuries. Maybe centuries is a bit of an exaggeration. I just remember hearing that vampires are immortal and can live more or less forever, so it felt like an appropriate word somehow.
シキ、あのビルを見て。6階建ての細い方。入っていく人間たちに線は見える？
普通だな。死者は出入りしてない。
外れね。次に行きましょう。はい、メガネかけて。先は長いんだからあんまり無理しないように。
She had mentioned this afternoon she'd make some educated guesses about where the dead might be patrolling. Turned out she'd found 6 places in total. First 2 were busts, but the third, a rental property, was the real deal. Security guard going in and out of one of the vacant tenant rooms was a cluster of lines of death. Look on my face told Arkuid everything she needed to know. She entered the room, leaving me in the corridor, and came back out again a minute later, unruffled.
ごめんなさい。ここも外れ。低級の式だった。この辺りは昨日借り尽くしたから完全に警戒されたわね。
Although it was faint, I could sense a hint of disappointment from her as she shrugged her shoulders.
何よ、ニヤニヤして。私の失敗が楽しいの？
いや違うよ。いつも気楽なお前でも気を落とすことがあるんだな。
それどういう意味？私だって人並みに壊したり潰したりしますよだ。
I would have preferred it if she said she can feel sad and troubled like anyone else, but since that's probably a tall order for her, I just kept my mouth shut. Sneak out of the rental property and head towards our next destination. The time is close to midnight. As one would expect, there aren't many pedestrians about, and the lit neon lights are also becoming fewer and farther between. The brake lights of passing cars streak by. Arkuid dances down the street like she's trying to catch up to them. After striking out a 5th time, we head towards our final destination. It appears to be in the residential district. Arkuid doesn't say it, but I could somehow tell that this one was going to be the real deal.
しかし分かってはいたけどまだるっこしいな。足で調査するしかないなんて前時代的にも程がある。
昔から吸血鬼退治は面倒なものだもの。町のどこかにある親元の棺を探し当てるんだからそう簡単には終わらないわ。
そっか、ならいいって別に嫌がってるわけじゃないぞ。単にアルクエイドも大変だなって思っただけで。
I'm gonna get water really quick, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting.
私は別に大変じゃないよ。決められた作業だもの。手順を踏んでいけばきちんと終わるものだし。
I absentmindedly respond with a simple I see. When it comes to vampire slaying, she's coolly rational. She'll doggedly pursue and complete any task that might bring her even one step closer to her goal, no matter how menial they may be. I suppose that even if you're able to jump 10 meters in the air, it doesn't mean all your behavior is equally over the top. Now that I think about it, the same was true on the day we first met. She's more than capable of pulling off the same stunts as Blob if she felt like it, but despite that, she had shown discretion for human society when on the hunt for other vampires.
なんだよ、人の顔をジロジロ見てちゃんと前向いてないと転ぶぞ。
やっぱりこれって不思議なことよね。ねえ、式は私といて平気なの？吸血鬼退治とか怖くないの？
はあ？
I can't help but be taken aback by her sudden question, or rather the fact that she's only now asking it. She wants to know if I mind being here with her? I know the answer to that without even having to think about it.
別に平気かどうかなんてただの襟好みだろ。俺たちは利害が一致した協力関係なんだし。そりゃ吸血鬼は怖いけど。
mutters Arkuid, seemingly convinced. After that, our conversation trails off. In complete silence, she walked down the deserted sidewalk. I think she took that as, you don't like me, you just are putting up with me to kill other vampires. We're a long way from the station now. We may not have much to show as a result of the past 2 hours, but strangely enough, it doesn't feel like that time was wasted. The problem hasn't been resolved, but we definitely prevented the situation from becoming worse. Perhaps rating that feeling of fulfillment.
でも気を使わなくていいのは
Speak the feelings I've never put into words before.
四季？
だから気楽だってこと。俺はその根本的にろくでなしだからさ。お前みたいに頑丈なやつがいてくれるとなんていうか。
It's reassuring. My heart can be at peace. My vision is broken. Shiki's cognition is corrupted. You are something that shouldn't even exist. Those obvious conclusions that I've lived with for the past 7 years, they all seem to fade away when I'm with her.
ねえねえ、それってつまり私が四季を楽しくさせてるってこと？
逆。あのな、おっかない吸血鬼と一緒なんだぞ。災難極まってるだろ。
おっかないってどの辺が？
山ほどある。殺しても生き返ってひたすら追いかけてくるとか。3000度の高熱をあちちで済ますところとか。ガムテープとかビルの屋上まで駆け上がるところとか。
Is she gonna get more and more mad? Yeah.
駅前をお釈迦にするところとか。
The fact that you used all your power to protect me from blobs feeling cold.
岩盤をちゃぶ台返しするところとか、人の体によくわかんないものを塗りつけたりとか、あと昼間に学校に来るところとか。
はい、そこまでで結構です。四季の気持ちはよくわかりました。
いいのか？まだもうちょっとだけあるぞ。
いいわよ、自覚あるから。なんだ、どうせ私は吸血鬼ですものね。
She ups the pace and starts speeding off.
待てってば。お前が本気になったら追いつかないぞ。
Also break into a light jog and chase after her and the retreating back. Our success destination is now just around the corner. We've arrived at an apartment complex located square in the heart of this residential area. An utterly unremarkable 4-story building, nothing unusual about it. Every floor has around 4 units, most of which the lights are on. The residents have yet to go to sleep and are passing the time in their own way. Whether those activities are above board or not isn't something that people looking in from the outside can know for sure. You can see the lines. The stress it puts on my brain makes me want to throw up. This place is strange. The lines running along the building don't look any different than usual, but there's something oddly chilling about them. Perhaps it's the brilliant white of light leaking from the rooms. Or maybe it's the woman just returning to the apartment, whose body the lines of death through a dense whirling maelstrom.
そう。やっぱり当たりね。
Rather than heading for the entrance to the complex, she sets off down the slope leading into the underground garage. Shutter has been lowered over the
普
entrance.
通のマンションだけど、ここなのか、アルクエイド。
ええ、このシャッター、人よけと消臭の結界がかかってる。あれはカメラかな。私の姿を捉えてるけど、中の死者たちにもう逃げる時間はない。昼間、私一人でやってきていたら逃げられていたでしょうけど。
She stoops down and puts her hands on the edge of the shutter. I thought she'd pull it up in one go, but...
四季、このシャッター切れる？
そりゃ切れるけどいいのか？
ええ、私より式が適任。無理やり開けると警報が鳴るでしょ。
She's got a point. Now the time has come to act. She's totally level-headed.
式はガレージの入り口にいて。ここが巣なら中には10体近いアンデッドがいるはず。相手が1体だけなら式の方が強いけど2体以上になると不利でしょうから。
別に俺はそこまで。まあいいか。
Sever the lines on the shutter. The crashing sound, the iron door falls into the concrete floor. Peer through the hole cut in the shutter into the inky blackness beyond.
なんだこの匂い。
The odor is repulsive. The smell of rotting flesh pervades the inside of the garage, and the air is heavy with the scent of blood. Hold on, my game just did something weird. No, thank you. Oh. Hold on, is my... Okay, my stream's still fine. A group forms, each member a squirming mass of lions. They must have noticed that they had visitors as soon as I cut through the shutter. In total, there are 22 of them. With that many of the dead around, there's no doubt this place is their size strong.
アルクエイド、予想より数が多い。ここが根城なんだろう。ならやっぱり俺も。
ここは根城じゃないわ。ただの食堂よ。大丈夫。起きたばっかりの節なんて虫みたいなものだし。式はそこで待ってて。すぐ片付けちゃうから。
マジか。
Brain just isn't built to keep up with the unexpected series of events unfolding before me. First, I was forced to bear witness to this gore-clogged grave of a garage, and now I'm watching a magnificent figure skating display. The combination doesn't exactly leave a good taste in my mouth. Scores of the dead wake up and swoop down upon their visitors. They are torn apart by a single swing of her arm. The things swim in, dead flesh scatters in all directions, yet not one drop of that spray falls on the figure in white whirling in its center. Seen it time and time again at this point, but it's still enough to take my breath away. That's right. There's no way those corpses could put up a fight against her. Their abilities are different, their views are different, their planes of existence are different. This is what it means to defeat someone with one hand tied behind your back, to be truly peerless. In Arkwood's eyes, vampires that merely suck blood probably look no different from us humans. They're simply prey. A headache courses through me. It's the price I pay for exposing my eyes, but I can't put my glasses back on just yet. Even though she said she could take care of it alone, there's still more than 10 corpses remaining. This patient will wipe them out in less than a minute, but until her fight is over, I won't. Quid's acting strange. Her movements are becoming sluggish. She hasn't taken any hits at all. She hasn't even let the dead get close enough for that. And yet... each and every time she tears one of the dead, her face seems to contort in agony. She's sweeping wave of devastation. Where I know it, there's only one of the dead remaining. So no longer a need for excessive violence. She can settle this with a single swing of her arm. And so reaching a final violent crescendo without showing a speck of restraint, the white figure pulverizes the thing that was once human. It's over. The heart of that bloodbath stands Arkwood, shoulders slumped, straining to catch her breath. That idiot. I don't know what's come over her, but she wasted way too much energy. If she acted normally, she'd have taken care of them effortlessly, with only a tenth of the violence.
アルクエイド。
I call out to her from the entrance to the garage.
あ、どう？見ててくれた式。今夜はこれで終わりだし、あなたの前だし、いつもより張り切ってやっちゃった。
お前な、こんな物騒な張り切っちゃったとか。
Breathe out a sigh. Jeez, give me a break already. To think that excessive violence was simply her trying to show off in front of me. Seriously don't know how to respond to
まあ、 確かにちょっと見とれたのは事実だ。
Oh no, I don't like this, I don't like this, I don't like this. Cheerful atmosphere is cut short. My thoughts come to a screeching halt. My consciousness goes blank. The thing before me is so outlandish I can't help but doubt my eyes. How long has that been there? No, how long had I simply failed to notice it? The black panther that appeared in the black alley. The burning corpses, the dead masquerading as humans. I've seen all sorts of strange things these past couple days. Just got back from writing a 1-star review on my local food. I was so upset about their servers. Oh, I'm sorry about that. But they were all things with a basis in reality, variations on entities that exist in the real world, an extension of things that we already know and comprehend. But the thing is different, the air it gives off is different, the species it belongs to is different, the process through which it came into being is different. The creature is utterly alien, it should not exist, not in this city, not in Arkwood's world. What is it, like a spider monster? The thing has the same shape as a human, it carries the same scent as the dead. Oh, here it is, I found where we were, okay. I stopped with it. Carries the same scent as the dead. However, it has renounced all trappings of humanity. It's not a member of Homo sapiens. Damn, I read all this and you guys didn't see. That's rough. Well, I'm sorry about my computer issues. It sent no. It sent. I sense no sign of the respiration critical for life. I can't spot any faculties that seem to respond to light, yet my instincts can still understand, however vaguely, that this creature's sole purpose is to prey on others. Even though I've never seen anything quite like this, I do know something that resembles it. A spider. My thoughts are still frozen in place. I can't remember how to use my throat. With a grisly sound, the flesh of its abdomen peels away like a receding tide. That unfolding flesh wasn't just the fat from its stomach, but something that solidified into what seemed like arms. The multitude of arms undulated eerily, like the tentacles of a cephalopod, and at their lips. Arkwood, I cry out. Sensing something is amiss, Arkwood spins around. One of the unwound tentacles lashes out like a whip, aiming straight for the nape of her neck. It happened in an instant, but it still wasn't fast enough to take her by surprise. Her claws were enough to tear those dead to shreds like scraps of paper. Against them, the fate of that vulgar whip of flesh is for a foregone conclusion. Yeah! Except her air-rending claws weren't enough to sever the whip of the flesh. Arkwood's glancing blow does little to slow its advance, and it snakes around while her white figure it snakes around her white figure before sinking its teeth into her back. There is only the solitary silhouette of a woman in white. Huh? Oh, okay, that's where I was left. I hear the click of a trigger being pulled in my skull. A grotesque dead hiding in wait. Things like that can happen. The unanticipated hardness of its skin. Things like that can happen. Far more repugnant than the dead that came before. Things like that can happen. My stream... Okay, I think my stream's still fine. Alright, now we're all caught up. As if that wasn't enough. Conceited enough to think that it could kill Arkwood, it releases the second and third whip of flesh. That can't happen. How foolish. That idiot. She's not the sort of woman to be bested by a monster like that. If only she had done that. If only she hadn't been so reckless. I can't believe this. She sustained a new wound. She's let herself be driven into a corner. Her breathing is ragged. Her movements are shaky. She just sat there and took a hit, even that I would be able to dodge. Let's go, Shiki. Unleash your edginess. I know, right? Can you protect your woman already instead of just watch her get beat to death? I'm so glad I didn't put on my glasses. If I had, I might have smashed them to pieces in my fury. The grotesque-looking dead leaps around in what seems like excitement. As it stands before the prey it would ordinarily never have been able to reach, a vulgar smile spreads across its face, extending all the way to its cheeks. Don't fuck with me! Don't fuck with me! Do not fuck with me! It's mine, my responsibility, my duty. It's because of me. It's because I killed her that she's fallen to the floor. Yet even though I killed her for no other reason than my own pleasure, she forgave me. She forgave my failures as a human all. I won't let those misshapen maws get a taste of her. She's mine! I slice, lunging at it headlong like an animal, with no artistry in my movements. I simply sever it. My glorious King Shiki. That is quite an amount of praise for someone like Shiki. I'm gonna be honest. Am I running towards it? Is it coming toward me? It doesn't matter. My legs won't falter. A second arm is unleashed. Unlike the sweeping roundhouse swing that came before, it's a tight fist, thrown such that from my perspective, it looks like a single point. A jab in boxing terms. Something I've noticed is a lot of, sorry, I know it's a tense moment, a lot of anime and visual novels, maybe it's just Japan, they love boxing. Is that just a bit, is boxing just a huge thing in Japan? I see it referenced so often. Maybe that's just my, like, I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. A technique that involves minimal movement but exceptional speed. It may lack power, but it moves faster than the human eye can follow, and by extension, faster than the body can dodge. No problem at all. Atari Maija! If I can't dodge it, I'll just have to carry it apart as it comes at me. He said, I'ma just slice. I chase after the fleeing back. The red lines of death go haywire as they're disconnected. I don't even have to think as I officially sever each successive line. The creature was doing its best to defend itself, but its left leg is now on the verge of death. The only thing left to worry about is its bite, but I've already reached the place where I need to be. I pierce the rumbling point located on the upper right of its navel. You have been annihilated. I hear no screams of agony as it died. Did I crash? Hello? Oh, hello? I clicked! Why was it acting like I didn't that was weird. Like a mechanical doll whose batteries had been removed, the grotesque dead ceased all movement and passed away. Alright, now let's check on our girl. Hello? Okay. Ah. After finishing the job, I'm finally able to breathe again. Surroundings are scattered with fragments of rotten flesh. The dead that I am back. I blue screened. So, I know I said I fixed those problems. Because I thought I actually did. Every time I would... So, okay. So I didn't know what the problem was for a while, because every time I blue screened, it would last like less than a second, and I could never see what the blue screen message was, right? So I was kind of fucked. Then I did this thing where I disabled where it automatically restarts upon blue screen. So now at the very least, I can look up blue screen error codes, right? So as I've been looking them up, it usually says, like every time it will say, this is usually related to a driver or hardware issue. Me and my friend thought that that meant it was a driver issue most likely. And especially because I did not know how to update my drivers. Okay, I'm not good at computers. Newsflash to everyone. So we updated all those, and I even updated it again yesterday. So I know for sure my drivers are updated. So the fact that I blue screened again today means that all these problems had to do with some hardware issue, which is so much fun. So I'm going to finish this scene, because I don't want to just not know what happened to Arcuid. But it is my stream's gonna be cut a little bit shorter tonight. Hopefully I can figure out how to fix this shit so that this will not keep happening, because like I feel bad that you guys have to deal with this. I don't like dealing with this. No one wants computer issues. Also, Anya, I forgot to say, yes, there is a gif of Kohaku. Hee hee hee. There's also one of Arkwood right next to me. So anyways, let's get back into it. I just, please, universe, knock on wood, please don't have us any more issues until we get through this scene. At the very least, please. You already read that? It doesn't look like anything happened to the dead that Arkwood killed. I guess the grotesque looking one was a special case. But I killed it. It may have had a surreal appearance, but I took its life without hesitation. I can't think clearly. There was nothing but mindless violence just now. I did not take any of Sensei's lessons into consideration. I simply let my emotions/mind run wild. Even though I know I shouldn't have, I acted like the killer that I have always feared. Regret, self-condemnation, loathing, disappointment. Once I calm down, I'll surely be racked by these emotions. Maybe not, though, because I think Arkwood might be like, you saved me, and we might feel better. But that's okay, I can live with that. Pick that over Arkwood getting hurt any day. Period. Period. At least you did something right. Just now, for the first time ever, I used my power for the sake of a single woman, without hesitation, keeping full control of my sanity as I did so. Turning around, I see her shoulders are trembling, and she's struggling to breathe.
大丈夫かアルクエイド
I rush over to her. She's clutching at her chest like she's trying to hold back the pain, panting in anguish like an animal that can barely remember how to breathe.
バカ油断しすぎだあんな考えなしで暴れるから大丈夫か体の傷開いちまったのか
Her back is shaking heavily. This is awful. It can't be good for her to be sweating out of every pore like this. Thinking she might have sustained a wound on her chest, I stooped down to get a look at her face and...
おい
もう仕切ったらけだもの。今のすごいちょっとすごすぎると思う。
This is terrible. She wasn't doubled over from the pain of her wounds. She was just holding her stomach, trying to contain her laughter.
嘘泣きとかお前人間社会に毒されすぎてないかというかそうだよな心配した俺がバカだった頑丈なお前があれぐらいで痛がるはずないもんな
あ、ひどい。痛いのは本当だったんだから。あとちょっと追い込まれていたら誰かさんに切られたお腹がまた開いていたところよ。
That's just plain dirty. I would still be at fault no matter what I say, so I have no choice but to stay quiet.
はいはいわかりました俺が悪うございましたともさっきのバカ笑いはどうあれお前が無事でよかったよ
Tort with a hint of sarcasm. And then, as you can see, she's got that mysterious grin on her face again.
なんだよまだ何かあるのか
うんそれと嘘泣きじゃないよ嬉しいのも本当だって式がすごく頼りになるんだもん
My cheeks are burning. I try my best to turn my face away from her sudden surprise attack.
何どうかした式
どうもしてないちょっと暑いんでほら
Seriously? You know? What a clumsy attempt at playing it off. Keep my gaze turned away from her. I try and hide my blushing cheeks with my hands, but doing so only makes them feel hotter. She doesn't understand. And besides, what's with that face? Just what is she thinking about when she praises my skill as a murderer in a grim situation like this? I wish she had a better grasp on the right time and place for that sort of thing. She takes femme fatale to a whole new level. Or am I the weird one for feeling this happy about it? If so, then I should settle down. I just need to collect myself and let the flesh from that surprise attack pass over me. He got it bad.
よし、落ち着いた。で、これからどうしよっか。ほら、ここが敵の本拠地じゃないにしても。
そうね、人が来る前に調べてもいいかも。棺の手がかりはないでしょうけど、他の食堂の場所が。
That didn't work at all. Pounding in my chest hasn't abated in the slightest. My face is still flushed. I'm in a daze. Whatever she's saying goes right over my head. I don't think there's anything I can do about it. There's not a man alive that could resist her charms when she says such things with that smile on her face. This feeling, this headache, this heaviness in my limbs is all because of Arkwood. You're so stupid. You didn't put your glasses back on.
四季、ちょっと大丈夫？すごい熱。あの死者、そんなに見えにくい相手だったの？
いや、そんなことはなかったけど、お前、なんか近くない？
My head won't work. Although I'm still conscious, my thoughts are sluggish and my body senses feel awfully distant.
ここの調査はやめて休憩にしましょう。どうせ手がかりなんて残さないやつだし、今日は食堂を潰せただけで十分よ。これだけの働きアリを失ったらしばらく活動はできないし、もう自分から外に出てくるしかなくなるわ。
Pillar pulled me by the arm. I nod groggily at her words, and we leave the gore-smeared underground garage behind us. Shiki, it might help to put your fucking glasses on. Are you stupid? The answer is yes. Sit on a park bench and give my body a chance to recover. I'm gonna save. I don't want to. I just want to get to like the next part, since we're still kind of. After about a half an hour, the feeling has returned to my limbs. I wasn't aware of it at the time, but it seems looking at the lines on that grotesque dead really took a toll on me. She's standing in front of the bench. Ever since she dragged me all the way back here, she's just been glaring at me, as you can see.
あのな、アルクエイド。めまいも消えたんだし、そのいかにも俺が悪いって顔はもうやめてくれ。そもそも、あの時はああでもしないと傷が開いたんだろ、お前。
あれは言葉のあや。あんな編集ぐらい何とでもできたわ。そんなことよりあなたの体よ。昨日の話ちゃんと覚えてる？
目を使いすぎるなって話だろ。分かってる。俺だって廃人にはなりたくない。次からは気をつける。
はあ、鈍感にも程がある。あなたに危機感を植え付けるのは難儀そうね。ま、一番身近にして最高級の死に慣れているんだから、それも当然か。ほんと、どうしてやろうかしら。一度思いっきり怖がらせてあげましょうか。
What is she getting so upset about? Someone please enlighten me.
最高級の恐怖なら、お前に追いかけられた時のでお腹いっぱいだよ。この目が危険だってことも、言われなくとも分かってる。
Daryl, I've had to live with them for the past 7 years.
さっきのだって、いつもならめまいは起こさなかった。
Actually, looking back on it, I didn't start feeling dizzy because I stared at the lines of death for too long, because I couldn't stop thinking about Arkwood.
単に、何？
単に、歩き尽くしで疲れていただけだ。お前は平気だろうけど、
それならいいけど、四季ってたまに自分を客観視しすぎてない？その魔眼のせいで自分嫌いになってるとか？
いや、自分が嫌いになれたら目のことで悩んだりは言っておくけど、俺は自分のことも周りのこともやけになって見たことは一度もないよ。
Isn't that just like a plain lie?
そうなんだ。ちょっと意外。
True that. Of course I haven't. I take that fact as a point of pride, a source of strength, but it's not even true. I'm confused. Does Shiki know what he says to himself half the time? Is he like... Does he have dissociative identity disorder or something? Someone once told me that even a person like me has a purpose. If that's the case, then I don't want to lose myself to despair before the time comes to fulfill it. It isn't much as convictions go, but it's that pride which has carried me this far, so I believe anyway.
それに、この目だってそんなに 裸眼でいると色々と不都合があるけど、食欲が薄れるのは手間が省けて楽だよ。もともと小食だから。
魔眼による食欲の減少と持って生まれた消化機能の関係は私にはわからないけど。
ああ、いや、ごめん。今のは冗談というか。
真面目な話よ。あなたの目は後天的なものと言っていたけど、それは現れるのが遅かっただけの話かもしれない。
現れるのが遅かった。
ええ、超能力は突然変異体だけど、それにだって誕生する土壌が必要なの。四季のような目を持つ先祖はいなかったとしても、似通った目を持った親はいたかもしれない。魔術師は知識と身体回路を子供に移植するけど、あなたのような異能は交配による遺伝子だけで伝わっていって、覚醒遺伝として現れる場合が多いから。
交配による遺伝子、つまり親父から？
というより、あなたの一族全体の話ね。家系の中であなただけ特別という考え方の方が不自然よ。あなたに異能があるのなら、あなたの家系全てが特別と考えるべき。
I couldn't help but laugh at such a ridiculous supposition. She's suggesting it's genetic? That all members of the family, including Akiha and my father, have eyes like these? I can say for a fact that isn't the case. The only strange one in our family is me. Besides, if I hadn't gotten myself involved in that accident, my eyes wouldn't have ended up like this. They aren't hereditary at all. They're just a complication.
でも忠告は受け取っておく。ありがとう、アルクエイド。
何？いきなりかしこまって。私、あなたにとって嫌な話をしたと思うんだけど。
嫌な話じゃなかったよ。全部俺の体を気遣ってくれてのことだったからさ。今日の学校での事前調査だって俺に無理させたくなかったんだろう。お前だって昼間は辛いのに。だからありがとう。ここまでされてやっと気がつくあたり、お礼を言える立場でもないけど。
Oh, good for you, Shiki. Oh, the kitty!
でもそういうアルクエイドはどうなんだ。腹の傷本当に塞がってるんだろうな。
そっちはちゃんと塞がってるけど、なんで？
いや、さっき調子悪そうだったから。何もされてないのに苦しそうだったというか。
All of a sudden, I feel a sudden twinge in my chest. It isn't painful. If I describe it, say it was more of an itchy sensation.
四季？
いや、なんだこれ。
Without quite knowing why, I slipped my hand down the collar of my shirt. Did we get bit by the spider? Spiders bite. I know that. Squish. Something's there. There's a paint-like substance clinging to my chest.
なんだろう。なんか。
I withdraw my hand from under my shirt. They're clinging to my palm. It's a splatter of bright red blood. Prickle. Yet another odd sensation. It takes me an unreasonable long time to realize that it's coming from the old scar on my chest.
四季、それ。
変だな。痛くもないし傷も開いてないのに胸から血が滲んでる。
How awfully red. Red liquid so beautiful, so pure, as to be utterly captivating. Wait, is she gonna go crazy and bite us? Wow, did it crash? Why are you saying wah? Did it crash again? Or is it because of Arcuid? I don't know, I'm gonna save. I don't know. My stream says it's still. Oh, it didn't? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just so scared.
ああ、さっきのやつの爪がかすっていた。痛みはないんだし、血もこれしか滲んでこないみたいだし。
She's still staring at my hand entranced. It's a cat-eared Arcuid. Oh, okay. No, that's not quite accurate. She isn't staring at my hand so much as the red blood still clinging to it.
アルクエイド。
She doesn't respond. Even so, I can tell her breathing has grown erratic. She's panting, gasping as though she's in pain.
おい、アルクエイド。どうした？やっぱり傷が痛んで。
I grab her shoulder, but then she shakes me off as if she's trying to escape. Well, see, I'm not stupid, so I understand what's happening. But Shiki, on the other hand, is dense as fuck! She calls my name in a voice that, if only for a moment, contained an edge of hostility.
違う。私、そんなこと思ってない。
She looks away awkwardly. That's so cool. I haven't seen that sprite before.
どうしたんだよ。変だぞお前。体まだ回復してないんじゃないのか。
そうね。ちょっと無理しすぎたみたい。だから私帰るね。
ああ。まあどうせ今夜はこれでおしまいだって言ってたけど。
うん。また明日ここで待ってる。
I have no chance at stopping her, let alone chasing after her. Not even looking me in the eye, she kicks off and launches herself into the expanse of the sky above. Trying not to be dense challenge anime main character edition impossible. Like a rabbit hopping on the surface of the moon. I will say, at the very least in Shiki, Shiki's not, the main character in Shiki is not dense at all. He's the opposite of that. Well, do we still have a little more of this night? See, I'm worried that because we're free bleeding, another vampire is gonna smell us out and go crazy. I climb all the way up the hill from the residential area and finally arrive at the outskirts of the mansion. It's just after 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm struggling to keep my eyes open at this point.
あいつ、あんなんで大丈夫なのかな。
The way she was behaving back when— oh, I don't like that! What is in the distance? What's happening? Someone save me! What's happening? I'm scared! I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. I get the feeling it wasn't just because her wound was acting up or that she was tired, but— what was that? There in the space between the 2 streetlights, in that pool of darkness light can't quite reach, stands a figure. Thump. First thing I feel is fear. It's such a surreal sight, it makes my heart seize in my chest. But unfortunately for them, I've recently built up quite a tolerance to the fantastical. My heart quietly starts beating again, and I surreptitiously grasp my knife in my right hand. What the fuck? I don't like this! I feel my circulation switch into overdrive. Am I hallucinating? I wish. That's clearly a human being. I simply can't make them out properly, that's all. Their silhouette just looks a little off. They're getting closer and closer. Tap, tap, tap. I hear their rasping footsteps. Sorry, I keep checking to see if I've crashed. They stare at me with their one open bloodshot eye. Huh? I knew it. It was the wound. They're attracted to our blood. I unleashed the blade of my knife. I put a hand on my glasses. Feel a chill slowly creep down my spine. We already exhausted our— oh. One more step, the figure will pass the point of no return. Suddenly, with a click, the streetlights all go out. Oh, fuck no. Fuck no. The moon is definitely out tonight, 'cause it's called Tsukihime. And yet the world is suddenly plunged into darkness. Thump. And my heart reverberates inside my chest as though it were sounding my death knell. A steel blade hones in on the line running down my upper left arm. On the line running down my arm? They know what our lines are? Conscious thought will have to take a backseat for now. Before the blade scything through the darkness can connect, I swing my knife up from below to deflect the tip of the blade, staving off the attack. Someone with a knife or blade is after us. Shadowy figure's lips curl. If I were to think about it, I'd understand that they're smiling. But first, I must intercept every single strike of that weapon. I'm gonna save, because I feel like the animations make me crash easier. I'm surprised, sure, but my thoughts are calm. It doesn't feel like so much as a second has passed since the moment I saw this figure. Also, aren't we like right next to our house? Couldn't we have just ran back and been like, save us? My thoughts stopped, time froze. The fact that I'm being attacked this very moment doesn't even register. Sparks fly as the two deadly weapons clash in the dark. A darkness so profound we can't make out the appearance of the other. And yet, even in the midst of that darkness, the bonds of life shine ever so clearly. I accurately predict and parry each swing in their blade with my knife, but there's one thing that does seem noteworthy. Despite the darkness, despite the relentless onslaught of that deadly weapon, my body's still able to stop each and every strike. Maybe their moves are just that easy to read? It's a possibility. No, that's not it. My arm is simply zeroing in on the lines and points that I can see with my bare eyes. They're the only things I can see, so I'm just swinging my blade at them as fast as I can. My head hurts. My thoughts glow white hot. Chest twists in pain. My head hurts. The old wound in my chest is burning. My eyes feel like they're about to fall out of their sockets. But I've experienced all this before. Something like this definitely happened long ago. It was... Oh, that's right. Oh my god, are we finally... Ah! Yee! We're finally getting backstory. I'm scared. I'm scared. I don't know what happened. I'm sorry, I keep saving. I know, tense moment, my bad. The bloodstained corpse of a child. The bloodstained crying face of Akiha. The bloodstains on my own two hands. Yes, we know you killed someone before, Suki. What? Damn it! I thought we were gonna get more backstory. We got the same shit where we know he killed someone. The impact of the knife clashing against knife. My instincts take over and I knock the blade aside. That was close. I'd let my mind drift for a moment there. I wonder who's fighting us, honestly. I feel like it'd be too obvious if it was the dude with the bandages. What was his name? Goto? I don't know who it is. I won't make the same mistake twice. That's because I know what he's aiming for now. Now that I do, I don't need to think. I can cut them off on instinct. How do I know? It's simple. Every attack of theirs has targeted one of the lines on my body. Is this like... I'm wondering if it's someone in our family then. Somehow. Because... is it a coincidence that literally a second ago Arkwood was telling us our eyes are probably genetic, and then here comes someone who's able to see the lines on our body? I mean... Is that not pretty clear evidence that this is someone in our family? As such, I read that. I just need to keep up my guard, keep distance between us, and prevent them from taking aim at my most vulnerable lines. As soon as I realized my strategy was based around that fact, I finally understood that this person, whoever they are, can see the same lines I do. The figure's laugh echoes through the darkness. They stare at me with those bloodshot eyes, staring at me for taking so long to realize. True. I noticed right away because it said it in the fucking text. My heart pumps faster still. My lips curl upward and as an indescribable mixture of ecstasy and fear brews within me. I see. In that case, we're even. Getting cut would mean instant death for me as well. Not that it matters. Why even think like that now? I'll die no matter where I'm cut. But I wouldn't be standing here now if I were craven enough to run from something like that. Thinking back to the billing cold, Blob is extraordinary. This person is nothing compared to that vampire. That's right. Even if by some chance you're the one Arkwood's after. Under these conditions, I'm definitely better than you. Surely that's not gonna bite us in the ass. Attack! Attack! Wait, we just kill him? I'm the one on the offensive now. This person's doing all they can to win me off. In other words, I'm not the one with my back to the wall, they are. Victory will be mine. I don't know who they are. I don't know where they're from. There's one thing I do know. God bless America. Right now I'm the one who's in control. I feel goosebumps. My overwhelming advantage is exhilarating. I can win. I'm stronger than this person. Surely this is not leading us to get our hopes up, right? I'm stronger than them. That's why if they were about to kill me, I should just kill them right back. I strike their weapon, sending it flying. Take a step forward. The line I must cut is right there on their chest, defenseless. I thrust my blade forward like a fang. I hope we're not killing Akiha, because I like Akiha. Oh, but it's strange. Why in a situation like this does my hand not hesitate to swing this instrument of murder? Because you are a psychopath, Shiki. We've established this many a time. Oh. Did we do that? I don't think we did do that. As if in response to the return of the street lights, my once fervid thoughts abruptly returned to normal. There's no one in front of me. The figure that I was trying to kill just a moment ago was pierced in the stomach by a long, thin object and sent flying toward the wall around the mansion. It's taking me a second to process what just happened. The figure that attacked me, I guess it was a man, was skewered by a pipe-like object that flew from the side. I'm gonna guess it's either Seal who did this, or, maybe our teacher. I'm not really sure that, but probably someone from the mansion helping us. Those are my guesses, guys. What do you think? If he's human, that blow will have been fatal. But it's abundantly clear that this man is anything but. Almost sounded like Archer for a sec. A hoarse voice. Wheezing heavily, the man with the skewer stuck through his stomach glares up at the sky. Keeping a safe distance, I follow his gaze. There. Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? It's our teacher! I'm a genius! I'm a genius! Yes! Get owned! I don't know who I'm owning, but I'm so 5-head, Giga Chad, big brain, Smarticus. What can I say, guys? A familiar figure.
Sensei.
Yeah. She's dressed like a priest from overseas. She's with the church. Well, that answers that. So, Arkwood does not like her, right? Arkwood doesn't fuck with the church, right? Well, I don't know if they're, like, enemies, but they're definitely not besties. I know that, you know? In her left hand, she carries an enormous... Do you think she's about to shoot us? She might just shoot us next. In her left hand, she carries an enormous spear that sticks out like a sore thumb. In her right, she holds a thin blade. I recognize its shape somehow, or rather I could swear I've caught a glimpse of it before. Subconsciously, I make the connection that during the flight with Blob, it was one of those blades that saved me from his perimeter of ice. Aww, so she saved us before, even though she's kind of acts like a predator sometimes. Our eyes meet. The woman standing on top of the streetlight smiles at me and then... Yep. Yeah. Oh, at the shadowy figure. I thought she was just about to attack me. Oh, she's trying to kill him. Oh. At those words, a light rises from the ground. She said, I got the power of Jesus on my side. I hear the hum of her blade slicing through the air. She raises a massive spear at the ready. then leaps at the streetlight, aiming straight at the man below. Cheeky, I think now would be a good time to put your glasses back on. You know, seems like the enemy is dead. We should put our glasses back on. Man screams as he is cut in half. The shadowy thing that clung to him is swept away by Noel's giant spear. Just like the grotesque dead from the parking lot, the figure melts away, together with the shadow. Through it all, the man continued to glare straight at me. His bloodshot eyes were filled with nothing but killing intent. It was as though those black pupils were weapons, and Shiki the sole object of their ire. Could do nothing but stand there in blank amazement. The man had disappeared, along with the shadow that had clung to him. Not a single trace remains. They've been wiped clean off the face of the earth. Well then. Thank you, teacher. You're a real one for saving us and not killing us at the same time. The cry of the higurashi, the rustle of the wind, the rightful sounds of the night reassert themselves. Put your fucking glasses back on, Shiki. What is wrong with you? Why do you not learn? Even after that sinister scream from a sinister fairy. I'm sorry. The surroundings sink back into the darkness of the night as if nothing had ever happened. Me after a breakdown, nothing happened. Except for the distinctly out-of-place person now standing in front of me. Put your fucking glasses back on.
こんばんは。この国の夜は安全だと聞いていたけど、この辺りは物騒なのね。ちょっと散歩していたら、吸血鬼みたいな化け物が可愛い教え子に襲いかかっているんだもの。それとも、あなたの周りが特別なのかしら。どうの四季くん？
The woman in the nun's outfit turns around. Well, wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? Without concealing her overflowing hatred and clear desire to see me dead, she smiles at me. Oh. Apparently I have misread the signs of her not wanting to kill us as well. There's no doubt about it. This person's the same Noelle that recently started teaching at her school.
ノエル先生っていいんですか？
そうね。先生って響きは悪くないけど、ここは学校の外なんだし。
I hear the sharp echo of her footsteps. She advances on me, with a smile still on her face, but that dreadful spear still in her hand. She begins to close the distance between us. Well, that is a good question. I'm gonna say... We're in the middle of a scene. It'd be fucked up for me to just leave you guys there. I don't know what to do, though. Because... Here's my logic. If Arkwood doesn't fuck with the church, we don't fuck with the church. But I can't remember how Arkwood specifically feels about them. I don't know if we should just say, fuck you, we're killing you, or we should be like, hey, maybe she's chill, let's relax. You know what I'm saying? There's one choice leads to a bad end. Well, that makes me feel better that it doesn't have to, like, that it's either I picked the good option or the bad option. That makes me feel a lot better, because I did not want to pick an option that made Arkwood not like me. Alright, let's see. What could be the bad end? Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing, because sometimes in Fate and Tsukihime, going in right away is the right thing to do, and sometimes not doing that is the right thing to do. So I have absolutely no way to predict what to do. You know what? No, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna trust my vibes. You know, she smiled at us. You know, surely she's not gonna kill us right here. Alright. Alright. I'll just eat my words, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's just save some time and load. Alright. You know what? I'm sorry for Give me. This is just my karma for being so big-brained about who's helping us. This is my fault. This is my fault. I should have. This is what I deserve. I was too smart. The universe had to even it out. I'll confront her as an enemy. Without switching to a more guarded stance, I'll take her on. After all, falling back wouldn't exactly help me out here. The reach of that weapon of hers is in a class of its own. Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to think about the reach of her weapon in this case. Excuse me. The moment I go on the defensive, Noelle will happily swing it away at me with her spear.
あれ？逃げもしないし構えもしないの？
Well, I guess that's fair.
そっか。怖くて動けないんだ。
Alright. So I went from hating her to trying to give her a chance, to going back to hating her again. You suck, and you're with the church. I don't fuck with you. You predator bitch. I still remember this shit you said. I don't care if you're hunting vampires. It's not okay to say that stuff to your students, Missy.
やっぱり文系の美少
See? She's doing it again!
吸血鬼と舞をあんなことしてるくせにかわいい
Even though you do those yeah, that's right. I fuck Arkwood every night. What you gonna do about it, church bitch? No, I mean, no offense if you're religious. I'm not talking about you guys. We're talking about the VN. 2 steps, 3 steps, 4 steps, 5 steps. What does that remind me of? Red fish, blue fish, green... I don't know. Some Dr. Seuss thing. But Dr. Seuss sucks. Anyways, 1 more step to go. My weapon's about as short as they come. Just like my dick. And it doesn't pack much of a punch either. Just like my dick. I can't afford to mess up here. She, on the other hand, is relaxed enough to speak.
やっぱり無抵抗な人間しか相手にしてこなかったのかしらね
Getting kinda worked up, honey. Here she comes. It's easy to imagine her attack would obliterate my entire right flank, arm and all. The mass of iron just barely clears the top of my head.
転んじゃったの
You trip. Throw myself to the floor. And I throw it on the ground. Evading her spear as it carves a swath through the air, 80 centimeters above ground. Before I hit the ground, I kick myself back upright and keep going until I'm right up in her face.
嘘
Now kill her. I wrap my left hand around her waist. Whoa, let's relax here. Why are we doing that? You should be doing this with Arkwood. I press close to her like a ballroom dancer. Why are we doing this? My right hand clutching the knife coils around the back of her neck. This I can kill her in a single breath. Just kill her now. But before I do, I idly start to wonder if I should first consider whose enemy this woman really is.
なめんな
What happened to all the lines? Did we put our glasses back on? This woman lets go of her spear, and simultaneously grabs hold of my right hand from around her neck and sweeps my leg out from under me. Great going, Shuki. In judo, you'd call it osotogari. Is judo a Japanese sport? Martial art? Slam into the ground, back first. It's completely different from my previous fall. Still just hitting the ground, but being thrown to it with such precise application of physical strength can easily be enough to destroy the body.
あっぶなでも今の切り返しはナイスよねあいつの真似だけどめっちゃイケてた
I don't like this woman at all. She's a very... I find that her types of characters in anime very annoying. I really don't like characters like her. No offense if you like her. Not for me, though. By her, I wonder if she's talking about... I still feel like Seal's with the church. So I think she's talking about her, but I have no idea, really. She picks up her spear while She continues to hype herself up. Still lying on my back where I fell. She awkwardly clears her throat, then stomps on my chest with her boot.
まあまぐれにしちゃなかなかだったわ。逃げようとして転んじゃったのはかっこ悪かったけどね。
Well, the lines are back. I think they just forgot to put them in that one frame. I don't blame them. Be hard to remember all that. With a triumphant smile, she digs her boot in a little deeper. Whoa. There still isn't that much force behind it, but it seems her hostility and desire to kill are no joke.
もしかしてあんたも吸血鬼だったのか。
I just asked to be sure.
踏みつぶされる5秒前なのに余裕じゃない。今の質問も全然本気じゃないし。何？子供のくせにカマかけてきたわけ？そういうところは生意気で。先生、嫌いだな。
I don't think anyone cares or asked what you despise, but okay. I can't wait to see this woman perish. You know what? One thing I can appreciate about our main character being a psychopath is there's a much, much, much higher chance for him to kill this bitch. Whereas Shiro would probably not, because Shiro doesn't like killing people. But Shiki, there's a better chance there. But that reaction, as I suspected, she's human. She's disgusted by the mere suggestion she's a vampire. I'm gonna say, I don't know, we've been going too long now. This is 40 minutes with it? Yeah, no way. Anyway, that's great and all. But sure would be nice if she'd go back to acting like a teacher.
首筋に進行なし。靴に染み込ませた聖水にも拒絶反応なし。ついでに言うと、私好みのファニーフェイスにも変貌なし。はい、異端審査終了。だっていいわよ、どうの四季くん。
Yes, we are not a vampire. That is true. Noelle removes the foot. Well, I don't know. We might be something related to that. Because, like I've mentioned before, we have anemia problems in a world with vampires. It would be crazy to not connect the two. But I don't know what happened. Because they keep saying, ooh, Shiki killed someone as a child, but we don't know anything else about it except for the fact that now he has these, like, death eyes and no one talks about it. So, I don't know, okay? I don't know what the connections are. Now that I'm free, I stand up and catch my breath. Incidentally, my body is in immense pain. But it seems that I've escaped with nothing more than some gnarly bruises.
はい、これメガネ。落とし物には気をつけなさい。
そうですか。そっちの横槍で落としたものですけど。
Take the glasses from her and put them on. Now then, just what am I supposed to make of this situation?
とまあ、美少年が一人で出歩くと、こんな風に危険がいっぱいなわけ。忠告がてら脅かしちゃったけど、勢い食べちゃうところだったわ。
She grinned sheepishly, as if to say, oops, silly me. This is a lot to take in.
あれ？何そのノーリアクション。私たちのこと、吸血鬼に聞いてないの？聞いてないのね。あっそう。私みたいな雑魚は眼中にないってわけ。まあいいけど、私も話題になんかされたくないし。いいわ。パパッとレクチャーしてあげる。簡単に言うと、私は町を守る正義のお姉さんみたいな。クソ吸血鬼どもから人間社会を守る影の組織とかかっこよくない？
Noelle chuckles as she speaks, making it difficult to discern how serious she really is. Quality of her explanation aside, what she's talking about does ring a bell.
教会の代行者ってやつですか？
ええ、その代行者。四季君は無神論者でしょ？だから実感は湧かないだろうけど、 私たち教会は主の皆のもと人の良き営みを守る意志がある。たとえそれがこんな末法の国でもね。
I'm just thinking, right? In a world where there's monsters everywhere, how are you still going to be faithful to your god? I don't know. I mean, you can say they're not his creations, but then whose creations are they?
教会から派遣された正義のエクソシストだったってこと。
An exorcist of justice. An exorcist. I think that means someone who expels demons. Well, let me aside whether vampires are demons or not. It doesn't seem like she's lying.
わかりました。いきなりのことで信じられませんけど、信じます。どうあれ、これで2度目ですし、危ないところを助けてくれてありがとうございます。
2度目？ああ。でもまあ、今回は違うわ。たまたま危ないところに出くわしたんじゃなくて、私最初から君を狙っていたんだし。
Oh, you knew that.
最初から俺を狙っていた。
さあ、君が屋敷を出た時からずっと尾行していたの。私のお仕事は吸血鬼の殲滅だもの。その吸血鬼に従っている人間がいれば監視するのが当たり前でしょ。
Her logic makes sense, but she's basing it on a flawed premise. It's not like I'm blindly following her orders. Besides, Arco's a good vampire. She's going after other vampires in order to protect our city, just like Noelle.
それは。
まあ本当なら真っ先に吸血鬼の方から殺してるんだけど、相手はあの怪物でしょ。私一人じゃ返り討ちだし、師匠は上司に飛ばされちゃったし、仕方なく小さい方の獲物に網を張ってたわけ。
Time for some theory time. I think her master is Seal, because we haven't seen Seal in school in a few days. Arahiko keeps talking about how much she's not going to be here. That's my theory. Theory time over.
小さい獲物。
ええ、あの怪物が狂犬なら四季君はプリッとしたエビちゃんね。吸血鬼にしろ私たちにしろ美味しい獲物なのは間違いなし。でもなんか様子が変だった。ここ数日君を監視していたけど、無理やり従わされてる雰囲気じゃないし、血も吸われてないでしょ。ねえ四季君、あなたなんであんな怪物と一緒にいるの？
Well, I don't see how that's any of your business. We're in love with her, actually. Shiki does not realize this, though. I frown and bite my tongue. It isn't that I'm intimidated by her question, so much as something about it rubs me the wrong way.
おやだんまり。君は吸血鬼の仲間になりたいのかな？定番だけど、永遠の命が欲しいとか？
は？
I cocked my head to the side at the mention of eternal light. Something like that hadn't even crossed my mind. I see. Maybe it'd be more natural to think along those lines.
いや、でも。
Can't see Arkwood going after something like that. I mean, she doesn't even suck blood. She won't do it to create new allies or obtain powers beyond those that humans are capable of. Can't think of anything that might persuade her to.
違うの？ならどうして？
そんなの決まってる。自分たちが住んでいる町のために吸血鬼を駆り出す協力を。
I don't square myself up at this time, but my eyes are full of challenge. I have no intention of fighting this person, but even so, I make it clear that I will not brook any more bad-mouthing of myself and Arkwood.
そう。君が噛まれていたなら、そんなザレ言と一緒に手足ぶった切って置物にしてるところだけど。残念ながら、ただの人間には手出しできないものね。今のは聞かなかったことにしておくわ。
Noelle turns her back and walks away. Her attitude is unforgiving, but it seems like her hostilities died down. Well, maybe she just simply lost interest after hearing my response.
ああ、でも忠告。さっき最初から君を狙っていたと言ったけどね。この町に救った使徒は数年以上前から根付いているわ。私の師匠の言うことには 神祖のように昨日今日やってきたわけじゃないんだとか。吸血鬼は外から来るものばかりじゃない。案外身近なところにいて何十年も前から潜伏しているケースのが多いの。それも町で一番力のある権力者の家にとかね。
So she thinks it's someone in our family? Well, I wouldn't be that surprised.
わかる？自分たちの町を守るとか、そんな曖昧なくくりじゃなくて、君は自分の身を守った方がいいってこと。
それはどういう。
だってそうでしょ。さっきの不死は君を狙ってきたんですもの。吸血鬼を殺して回る神祖じゃなくて、ただの人間である君をね。命があったらまた会いましょう。当の四季君。
Hold on. Oops. Well, we're not ordinary, so that kind of rules that out. And with that, the woman in the nun's habit saunters away. She leaves, she casts her eyes over the streetlights and says, "Right, time to up to the cool factor by flying away. How about I can't? I can't jump that high without a run-up, now can I? If I could, I wouldn't be human now, would I?" Loudly announcing her thoughts for me to hear, she descends the hill with her massive spear still in hand.
あれはあれですごい人っぽい。
I muttered to myself, dumbfounded. Maybe I shouldn't have, as all the strength then drains from my knees and I fell back against the wall with a thud.
でも狙われたのは俺だって。
Knew that working alongside Arcoid would mean putting myself in danger sooner or later. But this feels different. I don't know what the reason is, but I have a feeling that it's not related. As the tension fades, my dizziness returns with a vengeance. Leaning against the wall for support, I begin walking towards the main gate. Chest hurts. I need to get back to my room before I either pass out or my body collapses from under me. I can think about the difficult things later. However, the main gate is surprisingly far. Feel the comfort of my headache fading, and the disquieting sensation of my body going limp. My back against the wall, I look on slowly but surely drift off to sleep. Oh boy, we're falling asleep in the middle of the street. Oh my god, hello Panther. Oh my god, are we dead? Did I pick the bad end? Did I pick the bad end? What's happening? Death! Death! Why is it just titled Death? Why is it just titled Death? What is happening? Death? What? What? I don't understand. What? Did we die? Did I pick the wrong end? I'm confused. Do I need to reload? What's happening? Well, I'm gonna pause here. I don't know what's going on. I'm so confused. There's so much more to see. But I want to fix my computer. I think it's fine. Well, we'll find out next time. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I gave you guys the whole spiel about my computer issues when I started this back up. So I'm gonna try to fix that. So hopefully we can just play uninterrupted without worrying. But that was certainly interesting. Lots of emotions happened this game, like always. I'm still very interested in it. It was really fun, and I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope you have a great rest of your night or day. So, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.